The Golden State Warriors to sign Patrick Beverley this offseason. As you all know, Utah Jazz are releasing Patrick Beverley from their contract, and Golden State Warriors are one of the teams that are interested on signing Patrick Beverley. So in today's video, we're going to be going through 5 reasons why I think Golden State Warriors should sign Patrick Beverley and why I think he is going to help the team win another NBA championship. So don't forget to like this video, and make sure if you do want more Golden State Warriors content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that red button down below. Guys, 99% of you are still not subscribed, so it'd mean the world if you could subscribe to the channel. But let's get into the first reason, and the first reason being Patrick Beverley is a great defender. As you all know, Patrick Beverley is one of the best defenders out there, and he is actually only standing at 6'1", 180 pounds. Yet he guards always the best player on every team. We've seen him guard LeBron, Steph Curry, all these great players, and he does a really good job of, restricting their points. Now, obviously, these other NBA superstars, they're going to go for 30, 40 points when it's time for them, but Patrick Beverley still does a great job on the defensive end, and I think it really is underlooked. Now, he actually does average for his whole career 1.1 steals, 3.5 assists, and 4.3 rebs. So those are some pretty good stats, and like I said, it is really hard to actually determine how great a defender someone is based off their stats, because things such as getting in the passing lane, preventing superstars from getting the ball like LeBron, changing their shot and forcing them to miss. Some of these stats aren't really shown up, so it is really hard to tell. But for Patrick Beverley, I think he is one of the best on-ball defenders, especially for guards. And I think what makes him so deadly as well is that he's able to guard really any position, to about small forward to power forward. Now, he may have trouble against a center of that sort, but we have seen him guard bigger players such as LeBron and do a pretty good job at that. So I think it's honestly fantastic to have the opportunity to sign someone of his caliber. He's a great defender, and he's going to have that fiery in him to really bring that second unit to life. Right now, for that second unit, they don't have a crazy lock ball defender right now, so I think Patrick Beverley will fit that system very, very well. Reason number 2 is that Patrick Beverley makes a great replacement for Gary Payton II. Now, I know a lot of you in the comments have been telling me how sad it was to see Gary Payton II leave, and I do agree. I really don't think they should have let him go, but it is what it is, and we have to look forward, and I think Patrick Beverley is a great replacement for that. Gary Payton II was a great defender. He was able to guard 1 through 4, and so can Patrick Beverley, and I think that's a really great replacement. If there was any other player I'd compare Gary Payton II to, it'd probably be Patrick Beverley. Now, Beverley doesn't have such a great 3-point shot compared to Gary Payton II. However, Beverley is still a great shooter. Now, for his career from the 3-point line, he's actually shooting 37%, which is pretty good, okay? For someone that isn't really a scorer or isn't really a 3-point shooter, he has really improved over the last couple of years, and his field goal percentage is actually 41% for his career. So he can definitely put the bucket if he is willing to, but with this team such as the Golden State Warriors, I really don't think he has to do that. There's so many scores, especially in that second unit, and even if he mixes with that first unit as well, there's enough scores that he'll probably only get 3, 4, 5 shots a game, and if he's efficient with it, I think that's really good to see. So when it comes to his points, even in his last playoff run, he was actually averaging 11 points in 25 minutes, which is pretty good, very efficient. But in that team where he played with Minnesota, they had a lot of big scorers such as Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, all these big players. So I think that's why Patrick Beverley will fit so well within this roster. He'll do what he has to do, which is play great defense, probably guarding the best player on the other team, especially for that second unit. And on top of that, if the opportunity of him shooting a 3-point shot or him getting to bucket, he can definitely do that as well. So yes, Gary Payton II may have left, but Patrick Beverley, if they do decide to sign him, I think can really fill that role that Gary Payton II left behind. Reason number 3 is Patrick Beverley is a great leader, and he brings that X factor. Now, as you all know, Minnesota last year didn't really go so well when it came to making the playoffs. However, this season they made the playoffs, and they probably had the greatest celebration anyone has ever seen for making it past the play-ins. But honestly, with that Minnesota team, no one was really expecting them to make the playoffs, and I really do think, although Anthony Edwards is a really great player, Karl Anthony Towns, all those great players, Patrick Beverley definitely was a difference, because he brought that leadership leadership to that team in order for them to make that playoff spot. I think it's honestly fantastic. Patrick Beverley really does have that X factor. He brings that insanity, he brings that tenacity to the lineup, which I think Golden State Warriors need, especially for that second unit. He's definitely that spark within the team that you really need to really get going. I think in the first unit, that's probably Draymond Green. So for the second unit, Beverley can fill that spot. He can be that guy, he can be that dog, which I think they honestly need, especially for the bench players. Now, he is a little bit of an older player when it comes to Patrick Beverley, so I think it's honestly good to see that they have an experienced veteran in that second unit, because he can teach the younger guys such as Jordan Poole, DiVincenzo, he's still a bit young as well, Mac McClung, all these players on how to be great. And I think that's what Beverley does the best. He's really good at being selfless and really has the team on his back. He's not wanting to drop 30, 40, 50 points a game. He just wants his team to win, and he'll do whatever it takes in order for that. And he has said it in multiple interviews that whether I'm the 10th man on the roster or whether I'm the star of the show, it doesn't really matter. I want to do whatever it takes for me to win. So he definitely has that culture within him in order to fit that Golden State Warriors mindset where we do everything as a team and we're going to win as a team at all costs. So Patrick is like a mini Draymond Green, and I think it's honestly really good to have someone like that for that second unit. Now, although Patrick Beverley hasn't won an NBA championship, I think he has played for some good teams and he has a lot of experience that he can really teach the younger players. He played with Houston, he played in LA Clippers as well, and he also played in Minnesota, where he really taught the young guys what it takes to make the playoffs. So I think honestly he has great experience, veteran experience, which a lot of the younger players can learn from, and I really do think he can take that second unit under his wing and really bring that firepower that they need. When they have Jordan Poole, Mac McClung, all these great potential players, there's that one player they need in order to bring it out of them, and I think Patrick Beverley can be that guy. Reason number 4 is Patrick Beverley's great relationship with the Golden State Warriors players. Now, I know a lot of you are probably laughing as I said that, because everyone probably remembers that meme where Patrick Beverley said to Steph Curry, "The next 5 years are mine, you've had the last 5 years to yourself." And basically that pretty much went viral because Steph Curry has definitely had a better career than Patrick Beverley in the last 5 years. However, it has been known that Curry and Patrick Beverley are actually pretty good friends, and Beverley really does show his appreciation and his support for Curry and what he's done to the game. He actually said in an ESPN special, Get Up, he said, "Man, they right there. He's changed the game. LeBron's changed the game. Of course, everyone knows that what Steph Curry has done. These guys are shooting threes and they're not looking anymore. He has changed the game. He looks good doing it. He's the golden boy. Everyone knows that. It just works for him, and he got the basketball to back it up, so he's right there." And I think it's honestly fantastic to hear what he had to say. We also had Draymond Green, who said a couple of nice things about Beverley and his intensity when it comes to on the defensive end, which I think they can relate to because they're both that defensive juggernaut. So, he has some great relationships with these players. I know sometimes players can be signed to teams and there's already beef going on with superstar players and also the player they just signed. However, with this, I feel like Beverley wanting to go to Golden State Warriors, that is honestly a really huge plus for them. Getting someone of his caliber who also fits and gels with the team is really going to help them push even further. And I know a lot of people don't really mention this, but I do feel that team chemistry is very, very important in the NBA. We've seen so many super teams in the past where they get a bunch of superstars together and it just doesn't work as it was supposed to. However, adding the players that Golden State Warriors have added so far, and if you add someone like Beverley, I honestly think the team chemistry still will be there, and if anything, it will probably be better. So it really does set them up for a great future to get someone like Beverley in there. I think a lot of people are really worried because Beverley is a point guard. However, I think he can play that two-man. Jordan Poole can stay at one, and then everyone else will follow from that. Dante DiVincenzo, Golden State Warriors usually run a small ball, so I think they won't have any problems running DiVincenzo at shooting guard or maybe even small forward. So a lot of people were worried saying that, oh, Beverley's a point guard. How is he going to work? Jordan Poole's already there, blah, blah, blah. Guys, in all honesty, I think they're going to make it work. Golden State Warriors play a positionless basketball type system, them. So you can really put anyone anywhere, and that's how they play so well. So, getting someone like him, I think you can chuck him at the 2, 1, 3, whatever is best for him. I think for Beverley, the best position is actually the 2 position, at that shooting guard position. Keep Jordan Poole at number 1. Let him run the wings with Dante DiVincenzo, and I think that will make for a great mix. Reason number 5, and probably one of my favorite reasons, is that Patrick Beverley can be signed by the Golden State Warriors for a very cheap price. So as you all know, the Utah Jazz actually traded for Patrick Beverley for the Rudy Gobert trade, and they actually switched with Minnesota Timberwolves. But what has happened so far is that the Utah Jazz are looking to actually buy out Patrick Beverley's contract, which will leave Pat Beverley this offseason a free agent. Now, there still is a lot of weeks left for this offseason, so anything can really happen. Utah may change their mind, but as it sits right now, it does seem that Patrick Beverley will be bought out by Utah, which makes Pat Bev a free agent, and he can sign to any team. Now, he has already gotten paid if he does get bought out, so it doesn't seem like he's going to want to try to get a huge contract or anything like that because he just got bought out. So Golden State Warriors, that's one of the reasons why they are interested and why there are rumors stirring around, because Golden State Warriors, as you all know right now, from the signings they have done so far, it does seem that Patrick Beverley Jr. does fit that bill of being a great player at a very cheap price. Golden State Warriors have done this with JaMychal Green, Dante DiVincenzo, all these great players. They signed them for a very cheap price due to the fact that Golden State Warriors are such at a high luxury tax and they don't want to pay any more for it. But like we've said, Joe Lacob has mentioned that he's willing to spend any amount of money in order for the team to win. So that is still good to see. But I do think Beverley is fine taking a little bit of a pay cut in order for Golden State Warriors to maybe use that money elsewhere and to help them win another NBA championship. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you think. I honestly think it's fantastic for Golden State Warriors to get someone like Patrick Beverley. He will bring that tenacity that Golden State Warriors need for that second unit. But let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. Do you think it's a plus? Do you think it's a negative? Would love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and thank you for 5,000 subscribers, guys. Let's keep going, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Peace.